This is homework for Wednesday, January 13th. Again, you should have already completed the worksheet or attempted to do as much as possible, and now you're just checking your answers or adding to your paper. What would help best is if you use this different colored pen when going over this video. Okay, number one asks you to graph the situation with number of papers delivered versus money earned. So here is my graph. They made it pretty easy on you because on the X side of the table, which is our x-axis, they counted up by an even amount of 25, so I kept that. I numbered by 25, but I was counting by something else because I skipped a line every time. Now something I'm noticing each time, not everyone, but sometimes when you guys are doing graphs and you decide to skip a line, you guys forget to skip a line in the beginning. So if you're going to skip lines in between each number, then between 0 and the first number you should also skip a line. Okay, same with the y-axis. Our table was going up by an even 12 each time, and I knew it was proportional, meaning it was going to start at 0, so I also decided to count or number by my 12s, but technically I was counting by 6s, 6, 12, and so on. Okay, so then I graphed each point on my graph and I labeled my x and y axis. Now number 2 talks about writing an equation. I could do that from the graph by making a slope triangle doing rise over run, or I can do it from the table. Let me show you from the table. So I'm going to start making carrots. I know that my y side is going up by 12 each time, and the x side is going up by 25. So in order to find my slope, I have to do y divided by x, so 12 divided by 25 equals 0.48. Now, I would normally want to keep it as a fraction and say that it's 12 over 25. Sorry, 25. But we're talking about money here, and I'm not going to say that they made 12/25 of a dollar. I'd rather say that they made 48 cents, so I'm going to write it as 0.48. Now I need to work backwards to find my y-intercept. I'm going to, from 25 to 0, I have to subtract 25. Now every time that the table is going up by 25, on the x side, the y side is going up by 12, so I can simply subtract 12 here and end up with 0, so my y-intercept is 0, 0. Now to write the equation, they want us to use P for papers and D for money earned. So D is the y side, so I have D equals, and then my slope, which is 0.48, and then P for papers delivered, P, and then my y-intercept, which is 0, but I'm not going to write that. Now to prove that you watch this, instead of labeling with the situation, we're going to use vocab words. So the y, or D in our situation, is the dependent variable. Our 0.48 or 48 cents is our slope, or your rate of change. P is the independent. And even though it's not there, here would usually go our y-intercept. I can even add it in the blue if I want to. Okay, number 3 asks, what is the slope of your equation, which was 0.48 or 48 cents. And what does it mean in terms of money earned? So I have to make sure I'm using my labels here. I'm talking about money earned and numbers of paper delivered. So the 48 cents means that I make 48 cents per one number of papers delivered. So he makes 48 cents per, remember that keyword, per paper delivered. Okay, 5 asked for what is the y-intercept, which was 0. And what does it mean? It means that at 0 papers delivered, he makes $0. Okay, now number 7 is asking us to use our equation to solve how much money Rachel, now I just realized it's Rachel and I've been saying he, those should all be she's, sorry, here, easy fix, she and she, there we go. Okay, so Rachel, after delivering 500 papers, how much money? So they're asking for how much money and they're giving me 500 papers. So if I write down our general equation, this was our equation, and they're giving me amount of papers, which was P. So I'm going to substitute P for 500. And now I just simply have to do 0.48 or 48 cents times 500, which gives me $240. So if she if she delivers 500 papers, she'll make $240. Okay, now they're asking how many papers Rachel will have to deliver in order to earn $300. So here's my general equation again. I always like to write it down to refer to it. And they're giving me money, which is D for dollars, and they're asking for papers, which is P. So I'm going to substitute in 300 for the D and keep the rest. Now this is a simple one-step equation. I want to get P by itself, so I'm going to divide by the 48 cents on both sides. I hope you guys are remembering how to solve these. So 300 divided by 0.48 is 625 papers. So in order to make $300, Rachel would have to deliver 625 papers. Okay, I will know that you watched the video if all your answers are correct and your equation was labeled correctly. See you tomorrow.